Pro Football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. You know what? I want to say something to you. When I talked to y'all last episode in reference to the experience I had in questioning myself whether or not I am qualified or not. So, we're going to recap a little bit. I was asked whether or not I could shoot this video for this individual. It ended up becoming a great boost for this individual's career and is showcasing on TED Talk on their YouTube channel right now. Her name is Maxine Johnson. And you can listen to the last episode of me beginning with the video, green screen in the background, so forth and so on, and how it led to me believing that I'm actually qualified to do things, moving forward. But see, here's the one thing that I realized for myself in that process. The question is, who have I been listening to? So sometimes when we're in certain situations, we expect to get support. We expect to get love. We expect to get a helping hand or whatever it is. But like I said, in most times we're listening to individuals who may or may not be supporting you or the appearance of supporting you. So someone very close to me had been questioning me whether or not all the studying or time I had been taking to better myself, whether or not it was really worth the opportunity or the time that I was taking at that particular moment. And sometimes when individuals like that come about, you question whether or not they are genuine. You question whose side they're on. You question yourself and your self-worth and your self-esteem sometimes plummets in those situations. So I was asked those type of questions, and mind you, in most cases, depending on your family background, your family is mainly the ones that you're looking for validation, if you will, in these circumstances. They're the ones that you're looking for that support, that handout, or whatever it is. So ultimately, like I said, someone very close to me had been questioning me whether or not I have been wasting my time and my energy in learning all of these skills. So one of the things that I would like to say is today that you have not wasted your time. You have not wasted your energy. The question is, are you taking those moments and are you rushing it to make it and not understanding that things take time, that things take care, if you will? Because sometimes you don't want to just jump into a situation because someone has challenged you in that moment. So there are a lot of times that where I personally would take that type of what I would consider criticism. I would take it as criticism, and that criticism would deflate me for a moment, and then I would get enraged and anger and want to hurry up and get things done because I want to prove something to whoever that individual is. Not understanding that what it is helping me build character. It's helping me to be supported. And all they're trying to do is support me. Well, this one individual, I would say that it took time for me to understand all they were doing was supporting me in my dreams. All they were doing was supporting where I was trying to get to. Sometimes when you're in that situation, sometimes you don't see it that way. Sometimes you see the negative and all you hear is a negative. And based off of how they say it, what they're saying, sometimes you could take it from a negative perspective. And I had to realize that this individual, all they were doing, they were saying it with love and with care. And so when it had come time for me to sit down and really consider whether or not I could do this video for TED Talk, I was like, you know what? I can do that. When it was time for me to sit down and do some consulting with some churches and help them with their digital presence, whether it's websites, social media, streaming online, based off the global pandemic, whatever it might have been, all those years of preparation, of getting to that point to say, you know what, I can do this. So what I'm challenging you on today is not to take what someone has said to you as a negative. In the moment, it can feel negative, and it's negative because you feel negative about yourself. In some cases, not all cases, but you could possibly feel negative about yourself. And because of that, that allows that moment of weakness, if you will, to seep in. And now you're questioning whether or not you are valid, whether you are serious about what you're trying to accomplish. Let's take my situation. If it wasn't for those years, because it was said over a couple of years, not like every week or anything like that, but it was just whether or not, do you understand your real value? You're doing all this work, and do you understand your value? And sometimes I didn't understand my value. I didn't understand what I brought to the table. And now it is a time or a moment that it's important for us to all understand that as we're trying to move forward and maneuver through this thing called life. There's a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of ways to support your family, your family. Are you taking advantage of those opportunities, or are you allowing what someone is saying to you to throw you off your game and not to live up to your potential? And you're taking it incorrectly. That's one of the skills I had to learn through this process of life. that, sometimes I can be critical. Am I able to take the criticism back? And sometimes as individuals, sometimes we can't. But today I just challenge you to be able to if you could dish it, you should be able to take it. And then number two, as you're taking in the information, understand that they are not trying to belittle you. They're not trying to berate you. And even if they are saying it in a way that can be interpreted that way, try your best to take it from a positive perspective and not from a negative perspective, and use that as your fuel, if you will. Smile, grin, bear it, and move on. We don't have to take what someone says as law. We don't have to take it as if they have the 1000% authority over our lives. We have to reclaim our time, our energy. Let's reclaim ourselves and not allow the negativity to fester within us. Believe in yourself. Believe in who you are. And take the time to, if you feel like someone is saying something negative towards you, take the time to flip it and say something positive about yourself. There is a song by a popular R&B pop song artist right now, pop star artist right now, and the name of the song is "Good Morning Beautiful." Well, good morning, beautiful.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.